Hi, I'm Rue, and I have depression and anxiety. I am 48 years old. I turned 48 yesterday. Um, I have a daughter that's 7 and a husband. We've been married for 10, will be 10 years this July. And this is what I have given myself for my birthday this year. I've decided a little while back, the idea kind of started floating around in my head that I would like to make some videos and talk about depression and anxiety. I am in no way a medical professional. I've just dealt with depression and anxiety for years and years and years. It started due to some stuff that happened when I was 4 or 5 years old. So I'm pretty good at dealing with depression. I'm pretty good about hiding depression and anxiety as well. Um, I don't want depression and anxiety to be a taboo subject. It took me a few months to actually decide to do this. I have been panicking. This definitely raises my anxiety level to almost unbearable levels. Uh, and it's not the fact of talking about, being on a camera or anything like that. It has to do with if, you know, making the choice to do this, I have to bare my soul. I have to talk about things that I have not spoken about with anybody except my closest friends and family. And that number is even small when it comes to those kind of things as well. So every time I would get ready, I would kind of be like, "No, I don't know. Can you do this? Do you really want everybody knowing your business and what's in your head?" And the answer is yes. Yes, we need to blow the doors wide open when it comes to talking about depression and anxiety. I have learned over the years, I know how things feel. I know how things affect me. Every now and then I will get kind of sidelined there by something that comes through. It's like, "Ooh, I wasn't expecting that." But I've had a lot of experience and time to deal with things. 3, 4 years ago, I found the most amazing counselor ever. Um, she has helped me more than any other counselors I have ever gone to in my entire life. I do take antidepressants, I take anti anxiety medication, both prescription. I'm not ashamed of that. I don't care. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. I don't care. Everybody can know I have depression and anxiety. It's not taboo to me. Um, it's it's amazing. When I decided several years back that, you know what, this is part of who I am. It's part of what makes me me. And I don't care if people know. My life got so much easier because I started talking. And when I talked to people, I found out there's a lot of people going through the same exact things that I go through all the time. And just knowing that you're not alone in something makes things so much easier to bear. My counselor, she helped me through things like that so much. I could tell her, "Hey, look, this is what's going on in my head. Um, I had just about gotten to the point where I didn't want to drive anymore because my anxiety level was so high. And it happened 7 years ago. Where this started happening is when I had my daughter in the car with me. um, I started being terrified. Every single car I passed on the road. Okay, what would I do if this car moved over in the lane in front of me and hit us head on? You know, what would I do? I would have to fight, fight, fight because my daughter's in the back seat. I would have to find a way to get, and these little scenarios went through my head over every single vehicle that passed by me on the road. And it was too much. By the time I got to wherever I was going, I was already so exhausted because my brain had been working so hard coming up with every single scenario that could happen on the road, I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. If I was in heavy traffic or it would rain, it would take everything I had just to keep it together. Guess what? That's a huge part of anxiety. That's what anxiety does to us. Anxiety is not, oh, I'm a little stressed out today. I feel a little anxious. I mean, yes, those are valid feelings, but that's not anxiety. Anxiety is your brain literally not turning off ever. Uh, Imagining the worst thing in the world constantly. And everybody says, "Oh, you just need to put it aside. You don't, just stop worrying so much." It's not a worry. I can't control it. I can't stop the thoughts. I wish it were that easy, but I can't. But it's things like this that I want to tell the world. I want people to understand, hey, you're not alone. You're not alone. You don't have to go through this alone. There are shoulders, and I got some big shoulders for you to lean on. Um, we could use the comment section underneath these videos to, you know, not only communicate and leave in a comment about the video, but also, you know, leave things you're thankful for. A thankful journal is an amazing tool. It's hard to be depressed if you're saying, I am so thankful for the roof over my head. I am so thankful for my daughter, for my husband, for my whatever you're thankful for. Um, it changes your mindset. And that's a huge tool. It takes a very long time and a lot of work to change that sometimes to where that's the first thing your head goes to, what you're thankful for, instead of, oh, this broke, the toilet stopped up, oh, the dishes, oh, yeah, we had a good meal, but now look at the work I have to do. You can help yourself with changing your mindset and changing how you look and see about things. I don't mean it's going to stop depression. I don't mean it's going to stop anxiety, but it can help us get through the moment. It can help us get through getting ready to leave to go somewhere, of a morning. I'm fortunate enough, we make a lot of sacrifices, and I'm a stay at home mom. We have one vehicle. We live in a very small 2-bedroom house. Um, it's beautiful. It's mine. I love it. Um, you know, I, but I choose to see those things as, great blessings. And they are blessings to me. They are things I'm very thankful for. Um, I, I want to help with these things. Like I say, I'm not a medical professional. This is strictly solely based on what my experiences have been, what my, how I've gotten through situations. I've been divorced in the past. That was tough. I had 9 miscarriages before I had my little girl. I've been through some stuff, and these things, some people, I talk to about things, but just, opening this up, there anybody in the world can watch this YouTube video. And that was a little intimidating, a little anxious, anxiety causing thoughts there that went through. I mean, I got a lot wrong with me. I'm a terrible diabetic, and between that and having my thyroid removed, the depression and anxiety, I'm about 100 pounds overweight, and I'm slowly starting to lose it. My husband and I, and even my little girl, we all started eating really healthy about a month ago. It's part of my journey. I realized if I didn't change my eating habits and change the things that I was putting into my body, I wasn't going to be around for long because of, my diabetes. And that, my first thought, that veil of depression and anxiety, that filter that everything that enters my head goes through, was great. Now I'm not going to get to eat anything that I really like. No more fries, no more, hamburgers or desserts. And my husband and I both love to cook. As a matter of fact, we're having dinner tonight with my parents, and they're coming here. and we're going to have turkey breast and sweet potatoes and probably broccoli. And I found a recipe for a cake that is gluten free and sugar free. We'll see. It may be taste free too, but we're going to find out. But just making little things. I'm still going to get my birthday cake. I'm still going to get, hopefully it'll taste good. It's chocolate. It can't be completely horrible, right? But just things like that I want to change. I also have a condition that makes me have very dry mouth, so you'll have to get used to me and my cup all the time. Sorry about that. But I, depression and anxiety isn't something that you have to be ashamed of. And the more we open up and the more we talk about it, the more we blow these doors wide open from this taboo subject, the more educated people are going to be, the less we're going to feel alone in the world to face, our inner demons, our inner thoughts, our self-sabotage, the better off we're going to be. It is a journey. It is, I'm great today, but next week I may not be able to get out of bed for a day or two. Um, and going back to the eating thing, I don't feel deprived now. Um, I'm eating healthy, so my body feels better. It's those changes. We just have to make the changes so that we can be our best selves. It is fantastic to have a support system. My husband, my daughter, my parents, they all understand my depression and anxiety. They may not have it, they may not completely understand it on a level that someone that suffers from these things from, but they understand. When I say I can't, I really, really can't. They know when to nudge me and push me a little further, and they know when to kind of back off and say, okay, she just needs some time. Mental health days are a huge thing in my family because I have to have them. I absolutely have to have them. I am blessed to have my 7-year-old daughter and my husband because they know when to pick up that slack for me. Because sometimes there's things I just can't do. Um, if you can't get out of bed, you can't exactly do a lot of laundry. You can't cook. You can't clean the house, that kind of thing. Um, I do the best I can. I try my hardest not to let it affect my day. I take my medication exactly as it's prescribed, and I do not miss doses. Um, that keeps you on the most even keel and gives you a leg up on things. Um, all depression and anxiety are chemical imbalances in our brains. Um, Women have chemical imbalances, hormonal imbalances all the time. You start to go through puberty, you start to go through menopause, things like that. People understand it's the same type of thing. The only thing it is, gnat flying around in my house. The only thing that is different is where the chemicals are. The chemicals in my brain that are not produced properly. It comes from my head, it comes in my brain, it affects depression, makes you have depression and anxiety. Hormonal imbalances makes you have mood swings and weight gain and things like that. It's all the same. I don't know why we have gotten to the point where people are shied away from, they're almost shunned. And it's like, if you're at a party and somebody knows you have depression and anxiety, you're the last person they're going to talk to. They're scared of it. And I think it's because they just don't know. And what I would like to do is let's inform everybody. Let's show the world that depression and anxiety is nothing to be embarrassed about. I still make sound decisions. I just have to be aware of my depression and my anxiety. That it's no different from having any other disease. And I think we can do this. I think we can blow the doors wide open. We can talk, we can educate, we can support, and go through life as better off. feel more loved, more accepted, and more understood. So I hope you'll sign up, or I hope you'll comment and subscribe so that we can be a big happy family here. We can support each other. And the more we have, the better off we'll be. And if everybody will share, and share my videos, because I intend to bare my soul. I intend to, let out everything I deal with. It's the only way. It's the only way I know to do it. And if you share this video with somebody that is having a tough time, if they're depressed, if they're having trouble getting out of bed, whatever, share the videos with them. And hopefully it can help them as well. So until the next video, I hope you are happy and make successful changes and just live your best life. So let's make that happen.